We use it every day. And this would be the shortest version of it. I simply call it warm-up A. There's a longer version that's essentially the same exercises plus a few more that we tack on at the end, and we do it for a longer duration. So normally we do this every day for 20 meters, and then the ground-based or stationary exercises we do for 8 reps. So first exercise is low skips with arms swinging forward. And we have low skips with arms swinging backwards. And by a low skip, that's just your run-of-the-mill little kid out doing a skip because they know how to. Low skips with arms crossing. And then a skip with a twist. And then the twist is a full 360 alternating directions, clockwise, and then a couple forward skips, and then counterclockwise. And at this point, then we move into a backwards walk with a reach. And one thing we're watching for is the reach isn't all out, like as far as you can, nor is it a small step. And this gives us an opportunity to screen the anterior, the front side of the body. Is there something limiting one leg versus the other with the reach? Right on the cone, nice. Then we move into a backward skip. And then butt kicks. Then we move into some side shuffling. All these exercises can be, a way to say it would be expanded or contracted. So if an athlete has pain or discomfort moving side to side, these activities could easily be walked. And so you can still get the movement just without the speed, with an athlete walking, leading with the left or the right leg. So then that was side shuffle with a jumping jack. And then we move into Carioca. And both Christine and Maddie do a nice job here with hip rotation. Oftentimes you'll see an athlete not rotate the hips left to right, and they'll pull a leg forward, and then they don't do a good job of actually rotating the hips back from where they came from. And so in that one, both Christine and Maddie had good hip rotation left to right. So after that, we move into a quick skip. And this one can be a single leg quick skip. And Maddie's going with her left leg, Christine is going with her right leg. On this one, basically one leg has a greater path of travel, and the other leg is a little bit more like a pogo stick. And we want to see good dorsiflexion. And that would be true on all of these exercises. We want to see, and dorsiflexion is toe pointed towards knee. Plantar flexion would be toe pointed away. And so we had a single leg left, single leg right, and now we have an alternating quick skip. With both of these, I'd say both athletes could have a little bit more roll with a heel to toe, but that's not too bad. That could be an indicator of some kind of calf or hamstring tightness, which could be residual from the workout we did yesterday. So that's the first segment of the warm-up, which is lower range of motion, lower speed activities, kind of the low skips, to where at the end it's the single leg skip, so a little bit more range of motion, a little bit quicker on that. From here, we'll move into stationary or ground and some ground-based dynamic flexibility exercises.
And Jeff, how does this work if you're at a trailhead or a place where you're doing a long run when you're not at the track?
If you don't have 20 meters, you work with what you have. So we meet in a variety of different places around town, and we'll do it in the street, we'll do it in a gravel parking lot, we'll do it at the track, do it in a paved parking lot. So yeah, it's versatile.
How long does it take an athlete to be able to self-assess based on how they feel in the warm-up if there is something that might need to be adjusted in terms of the workout assignment?
Some athletes are pretty quick about understanding, hey, we're trying to identify how you feel. And so within a week, I think people kind of get that they're supposed to say, hey, I'm a little sore, I'm a little tired, and then they'll actually report that, and then we can move into some kind of therapy or self-therapy with that. But it's usually pretty quick as long as it's explained or emphasized that part of the purpose of the warm-up is to identify areas that might be sore or uncomfortable.
And Jeff, a final question. So let's say we have two types of high school athletes. We have an athlete that's new to track and cross country, probably a freshman, or an athlete who's an upperclassman who's been in a program for several years and is pretty strong. How long would you expect them to be able to do this warm-up and do it about as well as these athletes here?
That's a really good question, and I'm going to use Christine as an example. The quick skips, the last activity in that first one, it took Chris about 5 or 6 weeks to really get that, and that's an athlete that finished 11th at USATF Nationals in the steeplechase. So the ability to do those is not some kind of litmus test for your ability as a runner. That said, I think 2 to 4 weeks athletes should be able to pick up most of the activities. And I think another good thing to do for athletes that are maybe struggling a little bit or a little self-conscious, I think a good thing is for the coach to step in and try them as well.